Here's an article by the Epoch Times that was put out this weekend. I'd like to share with you all. Title of this article is New January 6 Details Emerge from 20,000 Hours of Newly Released Video. Goes on to say one of the most jarring new videos shows police giving a protester the heave ho out the south door, slamming him headfirst into the outer doors. I'm pretty sure that hurt. Little compilation that the Epoch Times put together. Pretty neat. Showing different video. You're going to have to go and search for this video because you're not going to find it on YouTube. The more than 20,000 hours of January 6 U.S. Capitol security video made public by GOP-controlled House committee since November 2023 have started to fill in details long hidden by the now defunct January 6 Select Committee. If you know anything about what went on with this Select Committee, this was when the Democrats had control of the House of Representatives, and they went and got some select rhinos like Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney to just kind of head up the interviews that were going on. And there was a lot of people under oath who straight up bold-faced lied on camera, under oath, to the people that were asking the questions. Again, this was orchestrated by the Democrats, and there was really nothing that Republicans could do because they had rhinos helping them. And it says House Speaker Mike Johnson, Republican from Louisiana, another rhino, ordered security video be uploaded to publicly accessible servers beginning last November. Eventually, staff from the Committee on House Administration, Subcommittee, and Oversight established a channel on the video platform Rumble to store the footage. So I kind of clicked on the link here, and there is quite a lot of videos on Rumble. It takes you right to Rumble. Again, you're not going to find any of this stuff on YouTube. It says today's release marks the halfway point of the estimated 40,000 hours we intend to publish. Representative Barry Loudermilk, Republican from Georgia, chairman of the Subcommittee on Oversight, said on April 15th. That was halfway through this month. That's just about to be over. He goes on to say, not only are we releasing all video footage, but we will continue to release all findings, videos, and documents until everything is available for the public to see the full picture of the events surrounding that day, Mr. Loudermilk said in a statement. So, Republicans did promise that they were going to release this stuff to the public. It's something that the public should have been able to see. The only thing we saw was during the January 6th Select Committee, their hearings that you could see on C-SPAN and you can see on all the Democratic progressive outlets like MSNBC, CNN, and Fox News, because Fox News is not conservative. I don't care what anybody says. They just went on and put this monkey show on, bringing one ass maggot after the other up to the hill in order to lie under oath and make everybody from January 6th look like they were just monsters, which just wasn't really true. There were people protesting on January 6th. Were there some agitators? Absolutely. There were just some bad actors in the mix. And anytime you get big groups like that, you're always going to have people just move in and just do dumb things to kind of get that mob mentality together and set everything off. Fortunately, they could have done billions of dollars of destruction like the BLM people did over the Summer of Love in 2020. They could have killed people, which they didn't. I know they like to paint the January 6ers as a mob of people that killed police officers. There wasn't anybody who died on January 6th other than Ashley Babbitt, who I'm going to get into right now. Everybody else died of natural causes. I know they went on to say that there were some Capitol police officers that had gotten assaulted. Videos from what I've seen didn't show that at all. Were there probably in other videos that I might have missed? There could have been. Like I said, there were some bad actors that were agitating people. What we also know is that the FBI, the Capitol Police, and other people, other organizations to be named, uh, the three other mobs, they had people among the January 6ers that were helping with the agitation. So it wasn't just the bad actors who were civilians. There were government officials, okay, under the color of law, starting up crap so that people could just get, riled up and do stuff. That way they could arrest you. So they were essentially trapping people to just do dumb things. Now, does that fall on the people to not get duped into that stuff? Yeah, it does. If you were out there during that day, you should have had a little bit more common sense to not do bad stuff. But I kind of understand why people were just angry and protesting that day. I get it. So it goes on to say, and this is about Ashley Babbitt. If you know anything about Ashley Babbitt, she's the woman who got killed. She's the only woman who died that day. The only person, rather. The fatal shooting of 35-year-old Ms. Babbitt received no attention from the January 6th committee. By the way, they brought the ass maggot up to the hill to. They didn't do anything about him. They brought him up there. While the shooting itself was captured on video only by bystanders. I remember when that first came out that actually that video was present online. You could see in January of 2021, but they kind of took that down really quick because it showed somebody getting shot in the neck and dying. Let me read that again. While the shooting itself was captured on video only by bystanders in the hallway outside the speaker's lobby, security video showed efforts by FBI medics, Capitol Police, tactical officers, and paramedics to save Miss Babbitt's life. As rioting raged in the speaker's lobby hallway just after 2:40 p.m., it seemed virtually no one noticed that Lieutenant Michael Byrd, that's the ass maggot slash coward who shot her, slipped out from his hidden position with his Glock pistol aimed at the dozens of people just feet to his right. Miss Babbitt spent her few minutes in the hallway trying to keep the crowd from spiraling further into mob behavior. There's actually plenty of video that shows that, and from my understanding, some of the people that got arrested who were actually there when she got shot said the same thing, that she was actually trying to get people to stop from destroying stuff. I know they were in the Capitol building and stuff, but she was one of the people that was in there trying to get people not to take stuff and everything like that, just to protest. And as you see, people take the Capitol building and Senate offices all over the country all day. If you're Pantifa or BLM or somebody in the ideology realm who wants to protest, you can go into any Capitol building, take it over, and nothing's going to be done to you. But if you're leaning in the other direction, they're going to send the FBI, air marshals, everybody they can to go after you to arrest you. It goes on to say, Mr. Byrd, I'm sorry, Ms. Babbitt spent her few minutes in the hallway trying to keep the crowd from spiraling further into mob behavior. The former Air Force military police officer shouted at three Capitol police officers to call for help. Explicit, probably call for fucking help. Before she used the left hook to sideline rioter Zachary Alam for smashing several windows. Again, that stuff was on video and that was actually seen when that first happened in January. The videos were out there, but they took them down really quick. Mr. Byrd lunged forward, fired a single shot at Miss Babbitt as she attempted to climb through a broken out side panel of the speaker's lobby entrance. I remember seeing that. I saw that footage again when that happened in January. It was out there taken down. The shooting, which was never announced as an officer involved incident on the Capitol Police radio, sent would be rescuers toward Capitol's south door. So, you know, again, police protocol anywhere across the country is as soon as there's an officer involved shooting, you're supposed to report it. This ass maggot didn't report it. Anyway, it goes on to say a little bit about how they went trying to take care of her. There's some video footage of them, trying to take care of people and stuff like that. There was some rests and everything. Here's by the magnometer. That's where they were trying to work her. If you see these people up here in the fatigues, they're the ones that are up there trying to help her. Paramedics and stuff like that. Tactical officers did try. So she was shot in the neck and bled out. There was just really nothing you can do. So this next couple of paragraphs, that's what they're talking about is, the paramedics trying to take care of her. And then it says police swarmed the Capitol. An immediate effect of the fatal shooting was a swarming of police presence in and around the Capitol. Security video showed Mr. Byrd made a radio report after he shot Ms. Babbitt at 2:44 p.m., claiming that he was under fire and was preparing to return fire. That was never true. There wasn't anybody who had a sidearm with them, or thankfully, a sidearm or was there with a rifle or anything like that. None of that happened. The only people that had weapons was the government personnel that had infiltrated this movement and were just there helping to incite this riot so they can arrest people. They were the only people with weapons. That's been proven over and over and over. And again, these videos will show all of that. So if you want to see them, you're not going to see them on YouTube. Got to go over to Rumble. Mr. Babbitt's, who is Ashley Babbitt's husband, Lawsuit alleges that the false radio report, which was never corrected or retracted, created a dangerous situation in the Capitol since responding officers had no idea if there were armed rioters loose. In truth, Mr. Bird's shot was the only gun fired, and no officers were confronted with guns or gunfire. That's just kind of what I said a little bit. So it says security video shows the anxiety and fear on the faces of police officers who moved through the Capitol with weapons drawn. Listen, being a police officer, I have police officers in my family. I got friends who are police officers. It's not an easy job. It definitely is a thankless job. Uh, but criticizing them is you're allowed to do that. Okay, well, especially when they do things wrong, you should absolutely criticize them. When they're not enforcing the law, they should be criticized. Even when they're being told by their higher ups, this is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. You're not allowed to do this. You know that. When the law is being broken, they should enforce the law regardless. Especially because there are agitators constantly doing stuff. Especially you see it in the streets recently with the anti-Israel and pro-Gaza protesting that's been going on all over the country and on campuses. But listen, if you want to see this article a little bit more in depth, go over to the Epoch Times. I have to be transparent. They are absolutely not sponsoring me at all. I just mentioned them because they're just a source of information. You should gather your information from several sources because the only information we get now is from the progressive left on MSNBC, CNN, and Fox News. That's it. That's the only real sources right out there. There are other sources like independent journalists that are out there doing their thing. So, just look them up, and, you can find them and you can get more information. Look, this video, they're directing people out at the end of that video. Anyway, if you like this stuff, like and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon again.